Our artist of the week is an actress, producer, and stage performer who has featured in several English and Yoruba Nollywood movies. Flaky, as she's fondly called by her fans, is a graduate of mass communication from the Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agor Iwoye. And she started nursing her passion for acting while she was in university, but eventually she made her move and her debut in 2001 when she featured in the Yoruba film Baba Ologba. Her movie, Ajoji Godogbo, is nominated at the 2020 Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Award, AMVCA, in the Best Indigenous Language Movie category. Please welcome Ronke Odusanya.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Good morning, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, ma'am.
I love those eyelashes.
Oh.
Are you shy?
A bit.
I'm
telling you.
Come on.
You are on stage, you are in the movies, and you're telling me shy.
Okay, when I'm doing my thing, I'm always there.
This is also your thing.
Outside my job, I'm very shy.
Okay, but this is your job now.
Okay, I'm not a broadcaster. I'm not into...
Just pretend you're acting.
Oh, well, okay.
Tape rolling, coming to you.
Action.
Okay.
So tell us, what did you study in the first place?
Mass communication.
Okay, so why did you then decide to go into acting and not into broadcasting?
Oh, well, at first then, when I wanted to study mass communication, I was like, okay, I want to be in the news. I want to be there. People see me on TV. I'm like, oh, she read the news yesterday. Oh, I saw on TV yesterday. Oh, she was the one who said the thing about this and that. And then, okay, well, it started from my primary school days. You know, people have this usual thing of saying, okay, I used to do cultural in school. I do stage plays in school. I do this and that. It was the same for me too. At first, I didn't really see it as something. Then I always do cultural dances and all of that. Then in my secondary school, Federal Government Girls College, Akure, I performed on stage. You know, all those drama nights where I was there performing. And if you do a drama that is very dry or boring, people will just carry a call in their hands and then throw it at you, bah! In your face. Get off the stage! Get out! It was that nasty. So you had to come up with something very interesting so people won't throw echo at you, because it was always a night of echo and efo in my school, in the dining hall. So they would just eat their efo and keep the echo in their hands and smash it.
In case they need it.
In case they need to finish you on stage. And then they would just be ready to throw the ball. Push, everything just splash on your face. Get off the stage, you're so dry, you're so boring. And
well, she's not shy anymore, is she?
She's
all gone.
Okay, you told me to pretend I'm acting.
Yes.
I'm actually pretending.
No problem. No problem at all. No problem. So that's how you got into acting?
Yes, so I got used to doing that, and I got awarded for it in my secondary school. So I felt, oh, wow, I think I'm good at this. And then in my university, I had a few borrowed courses from English department, and then I would go on stage, and they were like, oh, you're so good at what you do, and all of that. So it became a thing I enjoyed doing from time to time and all of that. So I started, and I got used to doing it. So I thought to go professional about it.
I guess many people will remember you from that movie, Jennifer.
Yeah.
For many, that was the first time that they came upon you. Well, you were one of those girls, right?
Yes, I was.
One of the troublesome ones.
the Ron's girls. Isn't that what you all call them?
Oh, well, that's what they call them.
That's today's parlance.
Okay, how was the reception of your acting career? I mean, your family and all, how did they take it?
My dad didn't find it funny because a particular auntie of mine called my dad and said, oh, she's gone to join those people who prostitute. Oh, she's now part of them who do this and that. Then
so
started
actresses to her are prostitutes?
You know, and my dad said, you better leave that thing you're doing. And I kept on doing it. He said, okay, so you either choose that or leave my house.
Oh, dear.
And I said, Dad, no, you have to leave my house. So I left.
You left?
It was a sad case.
Well, so what is he saying today?
Ah, my dad is so proud of me. Daddy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did this. I'm so sorry. I left and because my parents are not together, they weren't together then. So I went to my mom's and my mom is a born again. She goes to CAC and she's like, okay, so when I stand on the pulpit and preach to people, what am I supposed to say? I said, okay, mom, I left my dad. I came to you and you were saying the same thing. Are you going to send me packing too?
Oh, God.
And then she said, okay. So I don't know how the Holy Spirit, I would say, convinced her. And then when she's on the pulpit preaching, she'll be like, okay, you know all these people. Okay, my daughter is an example of those, you know, when they wear what they wear and they do this and that. And then, I think she became used to it. And then the church became used to it. So somehow she could balance it. So I don't know how she did it, but
So now
she did.
they're all convinced that actresses are not
And
prostitutes.
my dad will now say, talk to your daughter. Someone wants to speak with her. She won't let me.
She can come back home now, right?
Yeah. Can you talk to her? And my mom will say, your dad said that. Tell him to tell me.
Abi?
Okay. I suffer more now. And my dad will say, princess. I say, okay, no, I'm not a princess, okay. Because I'm wondering.
Okay. At least it's good that you're concerned.
Yes.
Okay, so since you got into doing the acting thing, so mass comes out of the question, right?
Well, I haven't practiced professionally, to be honest.
Now, you've been doing this movie industry, this movie thing, you were acting, but now you've gone into the back end. Is it a norm for almost every actor to, at a point, okay, let me go into production or let me go into directing? Why did you decide to go into production?
Okay. One of the things I thought about was the fact that, sometimes you want to pass some messages across to people and then you're not given the opportunity to do that because they give you scripts to act. So along the line, if you're not giving what you want to message out to the people, you need to do it one way or the other. Okay, I need to send this message across to people, or I need to remind people that this and this happened in our society. And then you look for a medium to pass that out. It's producing. If you write the story and you're able to tell the story well by acting it well to people.
So you write your stories yourself?
No.
Okay.
I have someone who does that for me.
So you tell them
I have people.
You tell them what you want them to write about.
Yes,
then you vet.
Yes, I discuss with them and they can advise, okay, let's go this route. Okay, I think it's not so believable, this route. Though it happened, but people won't say, I don't think it happened. I think they made it up. And then some things happen in real life, but people think they don't happen. So we have to bend a little bit to what people think.
What's your message?
My message on...
What is your message? I mean, you just said now sometimes you want to pass across a message.
Okay, there are different messages.
No, I know. I didn't want to use the word ultimate, but okay, what's your ultimate message? You have different sides of the message you're trying to pass across. So, but what's that message you want the people to, when they see your job, when they see something that involves you, what should they be looking?
Okay, looking out for. Okay, different things. One major one is the fact that things happen in our society, so people should watch out and be careful. But still, you have to relate. So by producing those movies, they see this, oh, this happened. Oh, wow. So, okay, it happened to my neighbor. Okay, so this really happens. Oh, okay. And they be watchful. And then they see another movie. Oh, I like her films because she passes messages that, happen around us every day. So that's what I want to do with people or with my films.
Okay. Ajoji Godobo is your latest movie, I assume.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it's been nominated for the African Magic Viewer's Choice. Now, what is the story of Ajoji Godobo?
Okay. It's a simple
First of all, what does it mean?
Okay, total stranger.
Total stranger, okay?
Yeah.
So what does this total stranger get up to?
Okay, it's a message. Okay, it happened between a husband and a wife. The husband is from a royal family, and he's next in line to be a king. And then there's this thing about that particular village that if a king gets on the throne, he dies.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so he's next in line, and he's scared he's going to die as well. And so they said, okay, what's the ritual? What do we do? They said, okay.
So that he doesn't die.
Okay, so if you bring someone to be king, there are some things we can do, and so we can help you not to die. That way you can be king forever or for as long as you're alive. And he got married to a lady who is rich, because she inherited from her parents and she's so rich, and she gave everything to her husband because she loves her husband. And then the man now thought to pay her with killing her. And then he said, okay, you've been a nice wife to me. I think I should compensate you now. Okay, they gave me to be king, but I think I want you to be the king. How can a man just wake up and say, okay, I don't want to be a king, and then my wife should be the king? And then she thought that, what will people say? No, don't think about what people say. I want you to be king. In your village, I don't come from that village. It doesn't matter. Just be king. And she said, okay, my husband loves me because she's this loving wife and she believes in her husband a lot. Or she believes in marriage. And then she became king to find, okay, on the night she was supposed to be done with her rituals, and then she met with this herbalist who was her uncle. That's from her mother's family. And then the uncle said, why are you here? He said, uncle, I'm the king. And she was still laughing. Come off it. You're going to die tonight. We want to use you as a ritual to clear the whole thing in the village. And she began to cry, and the man said, oh, okay, I know what to do. Let's do this and this and this and this. And then they did the whole thing. They thought the girl had died. And then the guy came in the morning. Oh, chiefs, now we are okay. We're ready. The whole thing is over. I can be king and I can be happy. And then the girl just came out. She didn't die, but her mom lost her. She got paralyzed because her mom had some power, some. So she laid down her life that, okay, if I die in the process, it's fine. And then the mom didn't die, but she got paralyzed, both hands and legs. And then she was the ritual thing they used eventually, the mom. And then the girl was fine. The husband was shocked. And then the girl made her husband one of the slaves in the palace. And then he was tortured, he suffered. She took his international passport, she seized it. She made him suffer. She just wanted to teach him not to do that. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that to someone who helps you. You don't do that to someone who is your benefactor.
Who loves you.
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a quick break and come back to round up. What are your plans for the future? What have the challenges been like? We'll do that in a moment. Please stay with us. Okay, so Ronke, we've seen you play different roles. Which is your favorite role? Mother, wife, girlfriend, daughter, protagonist, antagonist? Which one?
To be honest, they're all interesting. Hold on, let me finish.
Ronke, wait.
Diplomatic answer.
No. To be honest, they're all interesting. It depends on which angle I played from. Being a mother, a very, very nice and loving mother, or being a very wicked mom. You know.
Which one do you prefer?
Loving.
Loving.
But strict though.
Strict,
like my mom.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So, if you've done this, are you planning to focus on one genre? You know, we have the Yoruba, you have the English. Which one is it that you want to continue the mix? Because in the clip we saw that there was a mix of both the local language and English. How do you want to do that?
I think I want to continue the mix because it's fun doing that. If you do one particular thing for a long time, you know, you get bored. So it's good to experience all, don't you think?
Okay.
So what next?
I'm back from being a little bit away from work. I'm back now, and
Where were you?
Oh, I went to have my baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, wait,
Number
sorry.
1.
Actually.
Okay,
Why,
sorry.
why do you say that like you're exasperated with this old lady? How many does she think I should be having? 1.
So
Okay,
let me
all right.
ask this question. There was this news at one time that you're in a relationship with
Pasuma.
one music maestro. True?
Yes, true.
Ooh.
Yes.
He's not Mr. Husband, is he?
No, he's not.
Oh.
He's my friend. We're still friends.
Okay. So what happened?
Nothing. It was just a relationship. And it lasted for when it should last for. And it's fine. We're still
And
very
it
good
expired.
friends.
So
We're
you
still
mo-
very good friends.
And so you moved on.
Yes, we both moved on.
Okay. All right.
Future.
Future, well, God knows. But I'm working. I'm trying my best. I still want to pass a lot of messages across to my fans, to people who love me, and to the world in general. You know, there are a lot of messages we should remind people of. There are things that happen we need to keep reminding people of. To be careful, to enjoy, to be honest, to play right. But sometimes you can be very naughty as well. So, in all aspects, in all areas, we need to keep reminding people. So I have a lot of work to do.
The nothingness.
Flaky, Idi, Dowo, Ronke, Odusanya.
Odusanya.
Thank you very much for coming
Thank
on
you, ma'am.
Sunrise this morning.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
And
you.
welcome to motherhood.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap for today.
Before we wrap, let me just quick tweets. 2. Festus, vitamins are a myth. It's a vitamins from our food that will strengthen our immune systems. In this era of COVID-19, Lassa fever and other viruses, healthy food is a must for everyone. Alozie Okukona says, one day, that I was talking to Chinedu, says Nigeria will be better with a complete change of power and wealth transfer.
Oops.
Ajulu, finally, Ajulu says, we don't like saying the truth to each other, and when you do, you get the knock. The eye service and hypocrisy aspect is enabled by hunger and desperation, but all this boils down to bad leadership selection over time. He says, I lost my job on the altar of standing for truth.
Wow.
So it's a wrap. Thank you for staying with us. We'll bring you a new edition next week. I'm Alero Edu, wishing you a very happy weekend indeed. See you next month.
I'm Neo Taigbe, thanking you all for staying with us, and those who sent in comments and tweets, and even the ones who couldn't read. Our apologies. We'll try next time. Have yourself a beautiful rest of the day. See you next month.